World of T-shirts currently finds himself in Madrid, Spain, although I do believe his flight actually landed in Barcelona, Catalunya. And I am concerned about the way things have been going for World of T-shirts over the last 72 hours. We've seen him have two Borgs. If you don't know what a Borg is, it's a blackout rage gallon, where you take about a liter of alcohol, put it into a gallon container, and then you mix 2.78 liters of other things, generally an electrolyte solution in it, to ensure that you have hydration while you're drinking 24 to 26 standard drinks. He did both with vodka, so it was about 26 standard drinks for each. And this led to him having some very, very interesting incidents over the last 72 hours, including one where he, for some reason, with Mr. Baste, went into a pizza place at midnight. Which, if you're going into a pizza place at midnight, you should just be calm. Say, "Hi, can I get a slice?" Like, you want two? You'd be like, yeah, you know what? Let me get a drink too. Then you take your two slices, you drink, you go sit at the table, you drink, you eat the slices, and you're like, all right, have a nice day. And then you go home because you just got out of work at like 11:45 at night and you just needed something to eat. But no, he went in, and for some reason, they got slices and stuff. For some reason, he just decided to threaten to deport a random woman. There are rumors that the woman is Venezuelan, but no matter what, you can't just threaten to. You just can't go around threatening to deport people. That's just not normal or acceptable behavior. It's unknown why he chose to do this, other than the fact that maybe he's a little racist. I do know that Josh has been caught saying the N word multiple times, including all the way back in 2020, where people said that he was saying it a lot on live, and then he said, "I did no such thing." And then I didn't actually watch that live. I haven't seen the whole clip, but I know that there have been people who continually bring that up. Then there was the Brownsville incident, and the other times he calls people the N word. But threatening somebody, threatening to deport somebody when they're just trying to, I think she was a worker, while you're just there eating a pizza. He threatened to kill her for no reason, unprovoked. He was just like, I'll kill you to the lady. And it didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense why he did that. It was very frustrating to see that Josh was doing something such as that because there's absolutely no reason to threaten people. And then um, Before his flight, a woman walked up to him and said, "Put fries in the bag," which I don't like when people say that, but Josh did make somebody who actually worked in fast food listen to him say that to them. So I was like, okay, I guess, whatever. Well, anyway, what happened after that was he chased her down the street and kicked her, which is ridiculous. And then he chased another person who he thought was the woman. On the plane over to Spain, he had like three drinks. Right now, he's just sort of wandering around Spain. It's 3 p.m. in Spain right now. So not a bad time to get in. Maybe check into the hotel, get all your stuff ready, go out to dinner, go back to the hotel after your red eye flight, go back to the hotel, get some sleep, go out the next day. That's what I would do if I were in Spain. But he's just been wandering around, and I have a feeling he doesn't even have a hotel. He's probably just wandering around. Now, the person who said that Josh kicked her did not press charges for assault, uh, which is, well within her rights. But I feel like if she had and there'd been a warrant out for his arrest, he would have gotten arrested at TSA and then ended up making it worse for himself. We've seen him threaten to hire hitmen, threaten to sue people. He's now been to 11 countries, with Spain being the 11th. Spain, Bermuda, Iceland, which is Denmark. Um, no, Iceland's not Denmark. Greenland's Denmark. Spain, Bermuda, Mexico, France. I don't know all of the countries that he's been to, but he also goes on random flights. And in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he's been to San Francisco, Puerto Rico, Bermuda, New York, obviously, and Spain, which is a lot. Like, if I wanted to go to all of those places in the span of a month, I would be retired and hopefully have millions of dollars. in order to do that. On r slash world of t-shirts, somebody asked, how does he make all this money? And I actually looked on Cameo. I'm on Cameo, and I looked at the rankings. I'm really low, like 3,500 for the month. He's like fifth, and 298 people have purchased a Cameo from him for this month. That let's just say it's always on sale at 35 bucks, and he gets 20. That's $6,000. So that's a decent sum of money. He can make $6,000 pretty quick with the cameos. Like my cameos are 11 bucks. If you get express delivery, I make 770. If you get regular delivery, I make 558. So 100 cameos would be 500 bucks. And I'm not saying that's not good money. That's really good money because it's not a lot of work to do the cameos. It can be. Sometimes it can be, depending on what people say. But usually it's just whatever. I was gonna make a video anyway, and now this person paid for it. But for him, his cameos are like 4 seconds long and are no work. And let's just say an average cameo is 4 seconds, and he made, let's just round it up to 300. 300 times 4, 1,200, which is 15 minutes, is 1,800. 369, 1,200 is 15 minutes? Well, there's 300 seconds every 5 minutes. So basically a quarter of hour of work, he made 6 grand. Maybe a little bit longer when you consider he actually had to go in and look at those. He also makes the quick cash from his tours. I don't know if Based actually pays for these vacations. Because if Based pays for these vacations, then I could justify him not giving Josh as much cash. I actually think Josh not having access to quick cash is a good thing. Because if Josh has access to quick cash, he has access to a lot of alcohol. Now, he does need to have access to enough alcohol to prevent withdrawals if he doesn't go to the hospital, because benzodiazepine and alcohol withdrawal can kill you. And he is, I believe, at the point where if he were to turkey this addiction, he would probably end up dying, which is unfortunate if he didn't get medical attention. And Mr. Based even said he thinks that it's going to end with Josh dying, which I thought was ridiculous that he would say that. But we know Based is taking advantage of Josh. I'm at the point with Josh where if he gets help, that's great, but I don't believe he's going to. And I'm not going to try to offer help from to somebody who I know won't take it. Josh will not take the help. He will not try to get help. He will not do anything to better his life. And that is unfortunate because at 20, he's 23, so he graduated high school a year or two late, so maybe he should be graduating college now, but he hasn't gone to college. Which that's fine. I'm gonna graduate college this winter at 30 because college is something that you don't always do in the progression that they tell you. It's not like it's mandatory like high school until the age of 16. College is a thing that you do when you're ready. I actually think Josh might be better off in college because there's resources there that help mitigate drinking and stuff. Um, and people would like control him. The professors would it would feel like an authoritarian environment, and it would allow him to like college is not an authoritarian environment for the most part. I mean, you can't just get up and start beating the shit out of the professor because that would be assault and battery. But you don't have to go to class. You'll have consequences for not going to class, but you don't have to go. And Josh would consider those consequences more as like an authoritarian thing, and he might actually temper his drinking. Um, it's, but I also think he'd probably end up getting expelled for racism within the first month. So it might make it worse because I don't think he can actually control himself with the racism. I think he actually is a racist person. What to do with what should World of T-shirts do? He should continue to try to get better, but he's not going to. So at this point, he's just going to try to continue making as much money as possible. Now, he could go on saturated content actually, so he could go on vacation permanently, like 6 month vacation, keep making content like that. But I don't think he could do that because he's not Jeb, he's not Miles, he's not Lone Star Trip Reports. There are so many people out there that make vacation content where they go, they show you some of the cool spots, they narrate, they show you the stuff that they're on the train, on the plane. And Josh, do you an inkling of what that is by actually showing you the stuff on the plane? But he just shows you the drinking. I'd rather him show me, maybe he flies in first class. He shows me the food, reviews the food, but I don't think he could be like Jeb. I'm talking about Jeb Brooks from greenergrass.com. But yeah, it's a mess. And I don't know what caused him to start drinking other than the fact that he's got autism. And autistic people are more prone to alcohol use disorder. And that may have been what ended up causing him to start drinking. And then he felt good. He was easier in social situations. So now, blah, 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 blah. It's gotten to the point where it's a full blown addiction, but he also can't function without the alcohol. So it's gotten to the point where it's a cycle that unfortunately will never be broken unless he gets medical attention, therapy, intense therapy, rehab, um, other outlets. Coffee and boba stuff was great. You know, you're reviewing coffee, reviewing boba tea, reviewing all that stuff. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, yeah, he was no report of the week, but he was doing it. He was doing his own thing. He was having fun. You could tell that it was a kid who just wanted to do something, make something out of himself. Yeah,